in the cut block and the chop block, or is there a difference in your eyes?
Well, yeah, cut block's legal, chop block's not, and that's number one. You know, there's a gray area. Sometimes it's hard to tell. I'm not an official, so I really can't tell. So I'll just kind of, let the officials officiate that and handle that.
I think some of them have a problem figuring that out themselves.
Yeah. Well, the game's moving fast, and it's a gray area, and it can be effective. So you got to deal with it, and we understand it, and we work on it, and we're cutting every day in practice.
Was it important to get into that facility today?
Oh, it's real important because you got to get good work in because you try to simulate it as best you can, but being able to go in there and basically go live and tackle and go live blocks, because that's the only way you can play this stuff is you got to get in there and experience it, and we were able to do that today.
I guess you're 4-0 when you've been here against these triple action teams. What stands out about what you all have been able to do?
Well, first of all, we've held them to a low number, and I think last year, I thought we actually played it pretty good, but it's a new year. The big thing is you can't give up the explosive plays, and when they can get the running game going, particularly with the fullback, it can be a long day. And then you've also got to have your offense moving and scoring, because as long as they're on track and on schedule, it's pretty effective. It's when there's a separation and they're off track, whether it be down in distance or score, then it becomes more difficult. So that's kind of a team thing right there. And fortunately, we've been able to do that the last couple of years. But it's a challenge to play it. I mean, the best example is what happened at Florida last week. I think they had over 400 yards rushing on those guys, and had right around 8 yards a carry, something like that. And it can happen because the more they get to do it and keep grinding away, and they're in the game, and it can be tough.
Is there a different confidence level for you coaching against it because you called plays against that offense now a handful of times? You're not coaching against that in the NFL.
No, you're not. I don't know. I think the more you see anything, the better you feel about it.
Yeah.
From that standpoint. But they're going to mix up what they do every year. They try to change up and tweak. And at the bottom line, it gets down to players making plays, players executing, being where they need to be, playing with good pad level, playing physical, and doing all the things you got to do to stop, that kind of offense, because it's really a team-oriented defense to play against. Meaning, you gotta take care of your assignment and trust someone's going to be somewhere else. Because if you don't do that, then you create a seam, and that's when they get the explosive plays.